among all 20 of those in the surrounding areas. This is the Pure 91.7 of Amateur Daily News Report. In local news, despite more positive coronavirus test results and death in Mississippi, the state's economy will take another step to reopen on Monday, April 27. Governor Tate Reed said it's not a high probability that the shelter-in-place order in its current form will be extended. There may be a continuation for those in high-risk categories, like those with pre-existing conditions. Reed said that the reopening will be gradual. Many states have seen protests in response to stay-at-home orders. Recently, the government allowed for boating and fishing to resume on lakes in the reservoir with some restrictions. Officials insisted that the state is flattening the curve. In other local news, I wonder exactly how much actual learning would happen with distant learning. We have been reassured that the kids in Generation Z take a lot more serious than us baby boomers will have. I was doing a story in Michelle Fargarden the other day. Her 9-year-old third grader Elle was there, and I asked Elle how much different learning at home from learning at school. It's really not that much different. It's just there's more distraction and you're not just sitting by your friends. We have this thing called Google Classroom, and we just have a checklist for the week. And some things are due on the day you are supposed to do them, like Monday, Tuesday, and so on. And some things are just due at the end of the week. So you have all week to do them, said Elle. Do you feel like you are keeping up with your grade as much as you would have if you were in class? Well, it took me a sec to just learn how to do it, but now I think I'm pretty much caught up. Do you think you'll like this better than going to classroom? A little bit, because it's a tad bit easier. We have less work, and I'm starting to like it more that I know how to do it. Is it better to go at your own pace than to have to keep up with the pace of the entire class? I think sometimes it's best to keep up with the pace of your entire class because it trains you for later years of school. It occurs to me that distant learning doesn't have to be just for school kids. If you are sheltering at home right now, take an online class related to your job and then be better at it when the world opens up again. Or learn to do something different and strike out in a new direction. Hopefully we will never get a chance to learn on our own exactly like this again. In national news, a Florida dermatologist is noticing a new and unsettling trend. People are removing their own moles and skin tags while quarantining at home. Dr. Seth Foreman with Fort Care Medical Center explains that some people are playing dermatologists by using knives, toenail clippers, and even dental floss as a way to remove moles. People are playing dermatology at home and removing moles, skin tags, and undergrowth on their skin that they don't like and just throwing them away, said Foreman. He said there are two different very important aspects as to why removing growth on your skin can be very dangerous and even deadly. People cannot stop bleeding as effectively as we can here in a medical practice. You can't prevent infection as well as we can in a medical practice, Foreman said. Home molding or skin tag removal also could potentially prevent a doctor from detecting underlying issues such as skin cancer. Sometimes it can be different for a dermatologist to appreciate whether or not a mole is cancer, said Foreman. We have no trace of it until possibly too late if you remove an early one off your skin while you are in quarantine. Some dermatologists, including Foreman, are offering virtual appointments. However, Foreman is taking the necessary precautions to see patients for in-person visits. We are all wearing N95 masks to protect our patients and protect ourselves, said Foreman. If you feel like you will have some type of medical problem, please seek out the care of that physician and that specialty and don't take things to your own hands. In other national news, those 9 lives might come in handy. 2 pet cats in Empire State have tested positive for the coronavirus in the first diagnosis of domestic animal on American soil, a report said Wednesday. It believed that the furballs, which are expected to make full recoveries, contracted the illness from their owners or other humans that crossed their path. Officials from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and Center for Disease Control and Prevention told the Associated Press. The ASU said that the cats live in different parts of the state but did not identify the specific areas. While these cases mark the first apparent human-to-animal coronavirus transmission in the U.S., there remains no evidence that the disease can go the other way. We don't want people to panic. We don't want people to be afraid of pets, Dr. Casey said. There is no evidence that the pets are playing a role in spreading the disease to people. Still, the AC recommended for the time people keep their pets at home and under a tight leash, so to speak. Additionally, people with COVID-19 should avoid contact with their pets as much as possible and take precautions such as wearing a face covering when tending to them. In extreme cases, veterinarians can test animals for the bug using kits distinct from the ones meant for humans that have been in such short supply. Earlier this month, more than half a dozen tigers and lions at the Bronx Zoo tested positive. It's believed they, like their smaller domestication cousin, they caught the contagion from their caretakers. As of today, it is expected to be a little sunny with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. This has been your daily news update brought to you by WPRN and the 1.7 FM, which we now return you to your regular schedule programming. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reporting 259 new cases of the coronavirus, COVID-19, in Mississippi. That brings the state total number of cases to 5,153, with 201 deaths. New cases reported today, 259. New deaths reported today, 8. Election day is on April 28, 2020, between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it will take place online. If any student have questions for candidates, be sure to contact Ms. Hogan at dhogan@allcorn.edu. Good luck to all candidates. Virtual internships application is still available and will close on April 21st, 2020. The internships include areas such as production, editing, graphic design, PR marketing, and more. Be sure to look out for more updates on the Alcorn State's Career Service page on Instagram. The link will be in the bio.